Is the Shade Room good or bad for the image and the advancement of black culture? Now, I didn't know the background of the Shade Room. Me and bro, we flew to Philly. We went to the PodCon, and the creator and the owner of the Shade Room was there. She gave her story and talked about how it was started. It was kind of crazy to me. She said she was dead broke, doing nothing, and she was just posting messy shit because it was getting a lot of engagement, and she started to see it grow. She like, oh shit, I could pay my bills off of this. So, you know, we used to have media takeout and like certain other sites that you went for, the gossip. She was just like, okay, I'll just put it all in one. Everybody can just come here. So as she started doing that and celebrities started reposting and getting in the comments, she said it blew up. Like it went from being able to just pay my rent to now I need a team. Like it's too much for me to even handle. But at the expense of the black culture's image, it looks like, because it's all about drama. It's all about whatever gets the most engagement, and we know that's drama. So anytime you go to the Shade Room, it's some messy shit. And that is the biggest platform as far as social media goes for the black culture right now. And if that's the representation of it, we in trouble. So how y'all feel about it? Who want to kick it off? Go ahead, just Janae.
I feel like negativity sells now. So that's like their big, how they're going to go about it. Like, they can get those numbers up with negativity because people feed off of that energy now.
Right. Yeah, we talk about that energy all the time. I was like, the world has a collective consciousness, and as more negativity spreads, that consciousness spreads across the world, and it just seems like the more that spreads, the more negative the world gets. And we looking around today, the world is in complete chaos. How you feel about it, Messiah?
Yeah, I agree. Negativity gonna always spread faster, but at the end of the day, it goes to, like you just said, like the world consciousness of the negative energy and the negative spaces. If you allow that and that's what you're attracted to, most people are attracted to toxic shit, all these fucking terms nowadays and all this shit, and then people be dealing with their own shit in life. They going through their own problems, so a lot of people be happy to see misery in other people's lives, knowing their life is miserable. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that is what it stemmed from, and that's why it blow up so much. And it's entertaining for most people. Even though it could be at the expense of somebody else's real life, motherfuckers will be happy to see some shit making memes out of niggas. You know what I mean? All type of shit. We see the boy, what's the nigga, I hate to always bring him up, Tyrese. That nigga went and cried on the internet trying to show his emotions. They made a meme out the nigga. You see the Jordan crying over Kobe. They made a meme out of nigga.
Hey, and then they say, man, men need to start showing their emotions more. As soon as you do, you a fucking meme for life.
Man, that shit wild. And showing your emotions, what they say is like bleeding next to a fucking shark.
No,
Don't do it.
Facts. Social media, it's no winning on there.
No, that's a fact. I think the Shade Room, for the advancement of the black culture, obviously it's doing nothing but degressing us. You get what I'm saying? And like you said, it's definitely putting a negative image for us as black people. But also I think it started the wave, because like you said, you had gossip, you had media takeout, other shit like that. But it really was like one of the forefathers for the messy shit on like your cell phone more so, and Instagram and Twitter and things like that. So it's not only affected the black community, it's affected everybody, to where like every single media outlet is somewhat going the same route and following the same blueprint as the Shade Room. So now it's like a dime a dozen of those. And like you said, that's negative energy that we feed off of. And it's kind of crazy because it's negative as a person, but most of us are so programmed that we can't even turn away from it. So I think that's another sick part to it. Did the owner, plan for that to happen? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's at a point where she can't even really look at it from anywhere but a bird's eye view, where it's like, how do we fix it? You get what I'm saying? To where we can put a limit on it or sort of wash the content that's going through there.
No, that's facts. And like you said, it's the blueprint now to where other people are seeing the success they're getting and they're emulating it. So you have page after page after page. That's all they post. You can't get on Instagram now without seeing somebody dying.
That's a fact.
Literally, like every 10 posts, somebody getting their head blown off, hit by a car, jumping off a building. Like I remember when we grew up, you had to know the specific websites to go to find that, like gore.com and shit like that. Rotten.com. And we was like, oh my God, you see, he hit him with the chainsaw. Like, it was crazy. Now you eating your cereal in the morning, just watching motherfuckers die. Like, it's nothing.
No,
we
that's a
become
fact.
so desensitized because of these platforms. And then it's like, okay, where do we go to see an example of black greatness? If we line up every other race and they're like, all right, you guys get a bad rep. Let me see, the positivity in your community. What do we show them?
Yeah.
Where do we point them to? Everything we see is degeneracy. And we fit in the stereotypes. You know what I'm saying?
I think we gotta come up with different words, the same way these words keeps transcending, because when people hear positive shit, they think you on some soft shit. They think you on some weak shit. They think you on something else. Niggas think, if you on demon time, then you a gangster, or you this or you that. But really, it don't mean none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think us being able to trick the minds and probably put a new narrative on something to make shit like, nah, that ain't savvy. You know what I mean? The same way we push the aggressive intelligence, the same way we do different things. I feel like once we start to change the views of that, or that becomes cool, then niggas get the understanding or seeing the results or the effects of positive thinking or the power of changing your mind frame or cultivating your mind. And I think that's where we got to start before we keep getting stuck in the shade shit, because people can't separate themselves. Like you say, from their real life to the shade room, they talk about these celebrities like they know them. Hey, you heard what Whoopi Whoop was doing? And this and this. Like, hey, you don't even know this nigga. And you go into dead detail about him, his baby mama, and all type of crazy shit. And that'd be wild to me.
Nah, I think why it's even worse is because it's at a point where, like, we get our information from social media, so from Twitter, YouTube, all these different apps, and that is the information that black people are going to get. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's the most popular thing. You could take the Cat Williams interview, for example, with Club Shay Shay. Shaderoom posted that a bunch. He went over there to Joe Rogan, talked about pyramids and how to move, how they were moving different things and just breaking down knowledge and giving gems. And was that posted at all? You get what I'm saying? Not at all. So I think that's the fucked up part about it too, is that the information or the education that we have access to is the shade room. Like, it's black people. You get what I'm saying?
That's my thing.
But people don't care about it. My fault. Go
No,
ahead.
go out and
Yeah.
see, you just beat me to it. That was my thing. People don't care. Like you said, he went to Shannon Sharp, aired out the whole comedy scene, viral on every site. He go to Joe Rogan, he's talking about nuclear fucking physics and pyramids and past civilizations. Nobody from the community cared. They weren't interested. Nobody reposted, oh, you heard the new Cat Williams interview? Unless you are a Joe Rogan fan, you probably didn't even see it or knew he went over there. So as a creator, that attention is income, how do we change that? Because we could say, hey, let's just all talk positive and blah, blah, blah. But let's be real. Most people don't give a fuck. Yeah. They're going to scroll right off your shit and you talking, it's landing on deaf ears. So when people perpetuate the bullshit to get the income, it's like, how do you weigh it? It's a catch-22. You know what I'm saying? I really think it's on the consumers. Because when you can put out as much positive content as you want, if people are not consuming it, it's pointless.
That's a fact.
So do you want the positivity or do you want the bullshit? Let us know as consumers, because we came in the game on the positivity. We start to dabble in the celebrity shit. Y'all complain about that. But then when we talk the positive shit, y'all don't click or engage on it. Yeah. So what the fuck do y'all even want?
I think the big thing about social media and why negativity gets so much reaction is because it sparks an emotion. Like, positivity doesn't necessarily spark an emotion when you see it on Instagram. Like, you see somebody, you know what I mean, doing a marathon or losing weight. It doesn't really make you, like, stay on the post. It's like, oh, that's cool. Scroll past.
I think it depends
you get
on
what I'm saying? The mindset of the person.
Yeah, because I think so of that. Because some of that shit I see, I'm like, damn, I'm finna try that in the gym.
Exactly.
Or I'm finna go do this and go do that. Or that make me go run and do something. And I liked it that, what was that quote that Nipsey said? The highest human act is to inspire. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we inspiring people, then it's a different thing than versus just being positive. So I think that's where the mix up is where it's at. But like you just said, I think it's more negative shit that people just attach to. That's what it is. Because when you're doing the worst is when you got the evilest thoughts. When you got the evilest thoughts, that's the vibration you're going to be moving on. And that's the shit you're going to be attracted to.
Nah, and it seems as if people do like the positivity, they just don't like it from us. And when I say us, I mean the black community. Because you'll see these philosophers that go viral all the time talking the same shit that certain black content creators talk, but it don't hit the same when it come from the black content creator. It's like y'all downplay the black content creators as if we have no live life experience to be able to talk on anything other than drama, failure, and degeneracy. Even us, we talk on certain topics. I got people in the comments like, oh, yeah, niggas be leaving their kids. They probably left their kids. It's like, it's already assumed the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even know if niggas got kids or not, but you already assuming we did and we left them. You know what I'm saying? So them niggas broke. Like, damn, you just assuming the nigga income. Did you look it up? Did you Google it? Like, how do you know this? It's already assumed the worst when it comes from us.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so struck on changing the narrative and how the world views us. And that's why I was like, damn, the Shade Room is kind of perpetuating this to where how the fuck do we get out when the biggest site out there is all bullshit?
Yeah. And
It's all
coming,
bullshit.
And it's coming out a mile a minute. Like you said, as the African American, Black American community, we've been typecasted at this point. You're 100% correct, because we do have people that are dropping gems. We do have people that are, teaching people to be better with fitness and economics and a whole plethora of things. But we're typecasted to where they only want to hear the bullshit from us because that's what they expect to hear. You get what I'm saying? And when you do have shit like the Shade Room and other platforms that put it out a mile a minute, it makes it hard for the positivity to seep through because the typecast continues. You know what I mean? It becomes heavier and heavier and heavier to where we kind of like at a moment right now where we're stuck. But at the same time, we're experiencing a sort of renaissance, I think, with black creators where we are pushing the limits. You know what I mean? We are saying, hey, we're here in these different boxes. So I definitely do think we need to keep doing that. But at the same time, we need to put some attention on the Shade Room and how we can stop it.
No, facts, because we're in a new crack epidemic. It's a new crack era. And the drug of choice is propaganda via entertainment. So before, they was putting guns and drugs in the black community. Now, they're putting propaganda via your music, via your social media sites. What do the little girls have to look up to now? I just heard Sukihana's new song, I'm selling pussy. I'm selling pussy. I'm selling pussy. You got Sexy Red rapping and bragging about having STDs and drinking while pregnant and all type of crazy. So it's like, these are the images they're peddling to our communities. And we're self-destructing where they don't even have to give us a drug anymore. They gave us the phone for free. They give you the apps for free. You get the drug for free. You know what I'm saying? So we have to combat this.
It's funny. It's funny because I think this is what they were trying to prevent in the 90s, even though they used to hate on the wrong person, like far as Tupac. What was the bitch name? Was it Dolores Tucker or something like that? And they used to always be wanting to ban hip-hop and stuff because they were seeing the way the negativity was going and producing what it's producing now. So I think now it's coming full circle. I just still think people don't understand the effects of what music and what those vibrations can do to you. And then people ain't gonna see it. And even when it come to us putting out certain shit, until they start seeing more of us on them trips or seeing more motherfucking material things,
there's no value in it.
Yeah, then that's when they start to value your opinion more. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? They only value shit when they see you got a gang of shit, because that's what most people only value material shit. Everything else don't really matter. So that's why certain shit don't struck certain nerves. And the people that get it already, it's like, well, we don't really need to. It's not big on us to even be caught up on that because we living like that.
That's a fact. And to the grown ass men and women who are kind of saying, the Sexy Red shit, Sukihana, oh, they just playing around. It's not a big deal. We were all young once, and we remember how we looked in, at the TV and whatever you had and tried to emulate those things. So it's 100% that serious, and it is 100% attack on our culture. Like, niggas aren't being extra at all when they're saying that, because you have 4th graders and 5th graders twerking and shit. You know what I mean? They doing it for fun right now, not knowing the ramifications of what it really is until they get into the big world. So we are peddling this crack to the kids too, mostly. And the parents, y'all got to step up and realize that, because they're going to take this out there and they're going to emulate it, and it's going to be bad. Then you're going to be looking around like, fuck, what happened? You know? So it's ugly.
It's facts. How you
It
feel
is
about it?
ugly.
I don't think the shade room is ever gonna stop. You know, that's never gonna change because that's kind of how they came up. But it does go back to what he was saying. Like he's totally right. Like all of that. Like it's really not much we can do in the way that. Well, I don't want to say there's nothing we can do. You can do something by putting out more positivity, but you know, I don't see the change as far as that as a whole. It's gonna be really hard to do that.
Can you put your mic just a little closer? My bad.
Can you hear me now?
No, you good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're good now. Been having some mic issues lately, but we got it together. You feel me? But yeah.